So in one of Donald Trump's recent coronavirus press conferences, he came out and suggested that medical experts should research the possibility of injecting various kinds of disinfectants or inserting kinds of UV light into the human body to kill the coronavirus. So in the same way that, using Lysol wipes on tabletops or other kinds of disinfectants on tabletops or UV light on tabletops can kill the coronavirus, perhaps we can, put that kind of stuff into the human body to kill the virus. I want to show you a clip of Donald Trump saying this while one of Donald Trump's head medical experts is absolutely cringing. And then we're going to come back and talk about some of the implications which came from this incident. So here's the clip of that, then we'll be back to talk about it.
So I ask Bill a question that probably some of you are thinking of if you're totally into that world, which I find to be very interesting. So supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful.
So that's definitely one of the funnier clips that I've seen in a while. And there was also this pretty hilarious angle which came around, millions and millions of people seeing this angle here. I in fact retweeted this one. But very likely this incident here is going to sort of change up, reshape Donald Trump's coronavirus response here. I mean, this article was coming out of the New York Times before this particular incident here. Donald Trump keeps talking. Some Republicans don't like what they're hearing. Now, there's also, this relates to some kind of internal polling which suggests that the reason why Donald Trump's approval ratings have been sliding more recently, especially where it regards this coronavirus stuff, is specifically related to those press conferences. So you can see here, this is Donald Trump's 538, just on 538, Donald Trump's approval ratings overall as it relates to his entire presidency. You can see here, during the beginning of this coronavirus thing, Donald Trump's approval ratings were really going up, whether that's some kind of rally around the flag effect, like, look, this is a time of crisis, we got to come together, or there was some other reason. For whatever reason, Donald Trump's numbers were going up at the beginning of this coronavirus response. They just were. But then more recently, we've seen them in decline. We've seen Donald Trump's numbers going back down. They've just been going back down more recently. And again, some internal Republican polling suggests that it's actually related to those press conferences. Now, this is actually pretty interesting because those press conferences have had incredible ratings, and Donald Trump has been bragging about the ratings of those things on Twitter. And the ratings, again, I mean, they've been insane. The numbers have been completely insane, but it seems to be actually possibly hurting him. And a number of Republicans talking about how, again, this is a particular issue. So now Donald Trump is grappling with a surprise threat here. Too much Trump. So this is definitely pretty surprising, whatever you think about it. It's, pretty interesting. And now Donald Trump has tried to walk back those specific comments there by claiming that he was just joking, that he was just messing around. In fact, let me show you a clip of that.
Your comments about injections of disinfectant, they're quite...
No, I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters like you, just to see what would happen. Now, disinfectant for doing this, maybe on the hands, would work. And I was asking the question of the gentleman who was there yesterday, Bill, because when they say that something will last 3 or 4 hours or 6 hours, but if the sun is out or if they use disinfectant, it goes away in less than a minute. Did you hear about this yesterday? But I was asking a very sarcastic question to the reporters in the room about disinfectant on the inside. But it does kill it, and it would kill it on the hands, and that would make things much better. That was done in the form of a sarcastic question to the reporters.
So you can see there Donald Trump claiming that he was just joking around, that he was just messing around. He had to walk it back, and that's what a number of Republicans have been saying, that, oh, he was just joking, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you think of that, it does seem to be the case that this is going to lead to an incident where Trump is going to be scaling back his coronavirus press stuff after the disinfectant comment, that was possibly the final nail in the coffin where it relates to this thing. There might be a few more, but definitely it's going to be scaled back a little bit, Donald Trump's specific presence, and he's going to try to present represent a more sort of the medical doctors are going to take a bigger front role when it comes to this stuff, as opposed to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will take a sort of lesser involved role in the sort of public appearance of the White House action to this thing. So interesting stuff here. Definitely pretty hilarious here. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. You know, things are going to be changing in the news in the news coming soon. So if you like the video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thanks.